Missouri's at Texas A&M this Saturday. I will be there. The whole new Saturday tour will be in College Station this Saturday. Very much looking forward to getting back because we have a love-love relationship with Texas A&M. A lot of you are haters of Texas A&M. Now, if you're a Longhorn fan, you get a pass. In fact, I don't really care. I mean, these people don't need me to speak for them. I have just told you for a long time I watched Texas A&M from a distance, and then I finally got to go out there and I kind of understood. I used to make fun of A&M all the time. Then I went out there and I understood, and it's different. It's a different place, as they like to say. If you're part of it, it doesn't need explaining, and if you're not part of it, don't bother trying to explain it. Perfectly said. I can add no more. What I can do is I can tell you this is the first time Missouri leaves home this year. They're coming off a bye. We have gotten into that part of the season now. A&M to me, A&M, what are they? They're ranked 25th right now. They seem to me like a click team. We see them every October. It's the kind of team that has a higher ceiling than the level they've played to so far. And so they're the team that you look for a little bit, sort of the rubber band effect. Are they the kind of team that's pulling the rubber band back? And if so, when do they let it go? When do we get that result that makes us go, there they are? Is this a there they are weekend? Or could it be a there they are weekend for Missouri? Quite honestly, both of these teams kind of fit that profile. If you're a Missouri fan, by the way, can I say this? I can say this. So PowerMizzou.com has come into the 24/7 Sports fold, and I am told, I have it on very good authority, that it's October 1st. Next couple of days, 75% off signing up over there. Folks in the Missouri market, I'd get on that. So let's just talk about these two teams. Are the profiles telling us the truth here? A&M. So they've played much better competition. A&M's played Notre Dame. They played Arkansas, Florida. Bowling Green's one of the better G5 teams out there. Missouri's played like Vandy and Boston College. So the rule on this show is we certainly don't discount it just because you haven't played high-quality competition, but we can be a little more skeptical at fully buying into your stat profile, for example. So Missouri's leading rusher has gone over 100 yards, 9 out of their last 12 games against Power 4 competition. A&M this year already has faced top 25 rushing teams, and they've still got a better run defense than pass defense. So the first thing I'm going to want to see Saturday, as Missouri, like most teams do, try and establish the run, is are you about to do it against that front? Because I think you've got a tough time on your hands. And if that game script starts to play out, well then, I look at quarterback from Missouri, Brady Cook, thought to be one of the strengths of this team coming into the season. And I don't know how much Brady Cook will need to contribute here. I just think it'll need to be more than whatever average has been for him so far this year. Last year at this time, early paper popper of a stat. Last year at this time, Missouri had the 17th profile in the country in explosive pass plays. 17th. They were moving the ball down the field pretty well. They're 102nd in that stat category this year. Just hadn't pushed the ball down the field enough. And he's been inaccurate at times, but kind of like we said, with the whole click philosophy, the potential is there. This isn't a team that has shown all their cards, in other words, and they're coming out of a bye, and they got a really good offensive coaching staff. They got a really good coaching staff, period, up there. So I would expect the best game, or him to be put in the best position to play the best game he's played all year. A&M's a really good havoc team, though. Of course, you've got home field at your back, and you've got a team going on the road for the first time, but they're 16th in takeaways is Texas A&M's defense this year. And I would almost say this is a second paper popper. They've got 3 games with no giveaways and multiple takeaways this year. Now, you do that, you're going to win Saturday. I don't think that's breaking news, but Marcel Reed or Connor Wigman, who do we get at quarterback for Texas A&M? Talk to people at A&M today. Let me tell you how I feel about it. Not to divulge things, let me tell you how I feel about it. I would say I've changed my mind on how I would like to approach it. So the other night, I kind of flippantly said, well, if Wigman's ready to play, don't you have to play him? Don't you have to have the guy who can push it down the field more? Thought about that a little bit more. Here's what I think. I don't know this, but here's what I think. I think Wigman will be able to play Saturday. I think I'd still roll with Marcel Reed to start the game because I think the combination of him and Le'Veon Moss just running the ball against Missouri gives me the best chance and puts me in the best position to win. Missouri is a top 20 run defense on paper. I want to test that because if I'm A&M, I'm looking at them and I flat out don't think they faced what I'm gonna throw at them, so to speak. And I've already got Wigman ready. So if I need to bring him in the game, I can bring him in the game. But I actually changed my mind over 48 hours ago. I think I'd probably roll with Marcel Reed. Noah Thomas, if you want to look at one thing that could turn this game, Noah Thomas, his size versus these Missouri defensive backs. I could see in a game if it's played in like the low 20s, upper teens, low 20s. Now, the over-under is 48.5 here, so they expect some points to be scored. But that could be the difference down there in the red zone. You know, one jump ball, one play, or 1 4th and 5 where you throw a back shoulder over there, Noah Thomas grabs it and moves the chains, and you end up winning. That could be the difference here. Colin, let's take a look at what the model thinks. I'm looking at A&M minus 1.5 right now at FanDuel. The model is a little more bullish on Texas A&M. And I think because of the quality competition they've already faced, being a little different level up, and home field at their back, and me thinking there's still some scaling up this team can do, even with how much I trust Drink coming off a bye. And even with how much I think Missouri does have the advantage at quarterback, I think team advantage goes A&M's way enough to where I slightly lean them to win and cover with not a dime of money to be wagered on this game. Right now, the odds to win the SEC championship, Missouri is sitting at 5th. There's a big gap between 4 and 5. So there's a clear top 4 there of Bama, Texas, Tennessee, Georgia. But it's Missouri 5th, and then Ole Miss, LSU, and Texas A&M are all tied for 6th, basically. And those numbers will certainly move based on the outcome of this game.